Oh, Hanaki, did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Mialun. Oh my god, why isn't it working? This usually works. What the heck? Maybe I should move it to my other monitor then? And leave it up over there? Normally this works. Alright. Be that way. There we go. I guess it had to be on the other monitor. Sure. Okay then. Can you connect it with something stronger like Gorilla Glue? Excuse me? Fate is plenty strong. Fate is unbreakable. I don't know if you knew this. But yes, hello, Ohanaki, good day. Happy noon? As you can see by the timer, it's about to go into the long break, so I'm not starting my work just yet. I figured we could use the long break before the restart of the cycle to chat for a little, and then I will lock the frick in and start doing my work. It makes sense to start from the beginning of the cycle anyway. So yeah, we'll get to have a little bit of a chat first before I work, before I enter the grind set. I will prep my document ahead of time though. Chat with us? Yeah, with you. Be grateful or whatever. Be grateful or whatever. Yeah, 15-minute long break. Yes, sir. So we get 15 minutes to chat. Use them wisely. But anyway, hi. I hope you guys are doing good. I had a headache last night into this morning, but I took medicine and I had coffee today. So I feel better. Remember how I said earlier in the week that I've kind of cut back on my coffee intake? It's still true. I don't drink coffee nearly as much as I used to. Today was just a special little treat day. And also, I thought I might need it because the headache was being pretty persistent. I didn't want to take medicine last night. I managed to sleep through it. But then when I woke up this morning and it was still there, I was like, I think I need medicine. So I took medicine first. And then when the medicine... I was waiting for the medicine to kick in. But I got a little bit of coffee also. And I had breakfast. So there's a chance that it was the breakfast or the coffee or the medicine that kicked in and made the headache go away. But the headache's gone, and that's what's important. Caffeine withdrawal? I don't think so. Based on the position of where it was in my head, I don't think it was a caffeine thing, but it definitely hurt. And it started during the night last night, so I really don't know if it was a headache from caffeine. I don't think so. It's hard to say. Or all of them? True. Headaches that don't go away after sleep are so bad. Yeah. Luckily, I was able to go to sleep even though I had it. Without having to take my medicine to sleep, which is nice. But it was definitely still not good to have it in general. It is a struggle, but I'm okay. But I'm good. I didn't really do much else yesterday after playing Chrono Trigger. I almost forgot what I did yesterday. God. Time is like constantly getting away from me. I'm losing track of my days a bit more, which is a bit rough. I keep forgetting like things. I feel like I'm getting more forgetful, which I'm not a big fan of. What did I want to do today? Right, I wanted to work on this. Okay. If you want the headache to come back, let us know. I don't, thanks. She's getting old. Shut up. I don't think that's what it is. I could also argue that it might have been because of the headache. I never know what day it is. Hope I wasn't scheduled to work today. Oh dear. I think you might want to check your schedule just in case. If I were you. Okay. Yeah, my document's prepped, so I'll be able to get into work once the countdown starts and I have to enter the trenches. I've thought for some reason that this rest period was like a 25-minute rest. So the fact that it's 15 is a little bit of a bummer, but I forgot that it's 25 minutes of work and then a 5-minute break and then you get one 15-minute break. I forgot that's how this Pomodoro timer works, so I was just like, oh, I see. Explodes. Is what it is. Also, I don't know if anybody might have seen, if you might have seen it, but I did get the full models the other day. I have them now. They're in my possession. I got to see my expressions. I have an expression sheet too. I'm so excited. Genuinely, when I saw the expressions and I have the models, I was like, oh my god, they're so good. I'm so happy. I think you guys are gonna be really excited. We can see the models? No. I'm just saying I have them. I was very tempted to post like a sneak peek, because some people do post little sneak peeks, but I was like unsure because I really do want to like show some of it, but I want it to be a secret also. It's so hard. Guys, it's so hard. I can't decide if I want to post teasers or if I want to just keep it a complete secret until it's closer to the thing, but it's hard. I'm literally like so excited about it. Leak? No, I can't. I can't, I won't, I shan't. Ready for the next big leak, silhouette bouncing. Ah, you want me to wait until it's rigged and then post a teaser trailer that way? We could totally do that. I was thinking about it too. Today, some of the work that I did involved like figuring out who I want to reach out to for particular assets. I have pretty much everything picked out except for who I want to ask for overlays, because picking a graphic designer is hard. I feel like everyone who can do graphic design is automatically like really, really good at their job. And so I'm just like, fuck, who do I ask? I don't know who to ask. So I'm kind of struggling. Patience, Dama's patience, not even flex tape will keep this under seal. No, I will keep it a secret. Trust. Because you must remember, I did initially think about leaking the entire design initially when I started the crowdfunding, but I didn't. I was very strong and brave, so I won't leak. Ask Melon. Melon is busy. She's busy as frick, although she did do some of the original graphics for 1.0. So she technically wouldn't be a bad person to ask, but she's busy. She's busy. Ask Kaya to take over Melon's work. No, it's the opposite. Melon needs to take over Kaya's work because my overlays were credited to Kaya. Anyhow. Anyhow. But no, I have most things picked out. The only thing I haven't picked out yet is overlays. But I've narrowed down who and what I want for everything else. And I mean, I'm excited. I just have to start like reaching out and like actually paying for stuff. That's the biggest issue, is figuring out how to pay for stuff. And to hope that it'll also be done within the deadlines that I want. I think it should be possible because I'm still reaching out early enough that it's giving them time. Hard to say. Unothon 2.0. No! Not yet. We're not doing another Unothon. At least not anytime soon. I've mentioned before, it depends on how things go. I haven't gotten a reply back from my papa about my rigging inquiry. which is no big deal. I'm sure Papa's just very busy. But if and when I finally get a reply back about the cost of 2.0's rig, I might have to do a mini event for the other partial rigging cost. Because I think I have enough to do a down payment unless the cost ends up being more than I expected. I think it should be okay. I have enough saved that I think I can cover the first payment. It's the second payment I'll have to worry about. And then also I'm going to have to figure out if I'm going to be able to pay for my living expenses. I might have to incorporate living expenses also into whatever goal I have for the other part of the rigging. I'm struggling a little bit, but it's okay.
It's going to be worth it for 2.0. I swear. It's gonna be worth it. Oh, it's gonna be worth it.
I have found a cheese for your timer, nerds. If I have another donathon, the hours for that burn the first timer. Well, no, I said this earlier this week, but if I do another event, either for the other part of the rigging costs or for whatever else, at least within like these next couple of months, it's probably not going to have a timer. It's going to be set length. It's going to be 48 hours. Just 48 hours continuous. Because I've done a 24 before, and that wasn't a donathon. But it's going to be 48 hours continuous probably, and it'll be less so goal focused and more just I'm streaming long time. Please support Oni. But I guess if you want me to be nice, we could decide that the 48 hours don't count towards the countdown timer. So that's 48 hours that I'm just burning that are not going towards the amount that I still owe from the original donathon. I don't know.
These are all things I'm thinking about.
It's just so stressful. Like, I don't understand. I mean, obviously it's because life is expensive, but I'm just surprised that it disappeared so quickly. At this point, 48 is not that substantial, man. You don't have to put it like that, even if you're right. I feel like 48 is substantial, though, at least compared to, like, the amount that I owe. It's still a pretty decent chunk. And then to have it not count towards that big timer, crazy. Crazy work. I don't know, man. But no, my point is I've been, like, thinking about how I'm going to approach this, but I can't answer for sure because I'm still waiting for the actual, like, quote. Keep thinking that optimism is cute.
You're all so mean to me.
Imagine you accumulate so much stream time that you'll be streaming long after you die. Bold of you to assume I'm gonna die. I live forever. I mean, then even if we count it towards the hours you owe, it won't make much of a dent. I know, that's why I'm like, man. You don't have to word it like that. But I am kind of thinking that it would just be a 48 continuous, and then the thing I would do is add a wheel instead of having a timer. Like, I would just have the wheel of punishment or funishment, you know? Probably change what's on it compared to what it was before. Change it so that it has other stuff, but I was thinking it would be a 48-hour event. Because I'm crazy like that.
That's more than I anticipated. Thank you.
Tofu, thank you for the $50 tip. Ooh, congrats on getting the models. Can't wait to see the reveal. Waku waku. Waku waku. I really hope that it lives up to everybody's expectations. I know I've been hyping this shit up like crazy, but I really do hope that it matches the expectations that I've given everyone. I think it does. I think it's very pretty.
I really like it.
Can't believe we'll get GTA 6 before Yuno finishes the timer. Crying. I'm in tears. But you're probably right. And that's what's fricked up about it. Wheel of Fate, Fate equals Batsu. Oh, I like calling it that. True. You're so right. Well, remember, it'll be a mix of Batsu, and then some of them might actually be, like, fun or nice. Especially if I'm going a straight 48. We will see. I'm expecting Milo to Venus. I don't know about that. No, to me, though, she's so pretty.
She's so pretty.
I really do think it'll turn out good, but we'll have to see. And again, I'm waiting for the quote from Papa to figure out how to approach from here. I'm nervy. Do you think we won't like it impossible? I mean, I don't know. There's always going to be a voice in my head that's like, what if they don't? What if you've been talking it up for nothing? But I feel like with everything that I am working on and like organizing for it and planning, I do think that it'll at least be an entertaining experience, even if the model flops somehow, which I really don't think it will, realistically. But in the event the model does flop, at least you'll have other cool stuff to go with it. It's either we'll like it or we'll like it. I suppose that's true. It is work time. I must begin the process of locking the frickin'. I like the double-edged wheels. Put some pain points for the Dama who dares. Yeah. I think it'll be a pretty decent mix of stuff that punishes me, stuff that punishes you, and then stuff that's fun. Alright, I gotta lock in. So right now, just for like an idea of what I'm working on, I'm gonna work on the free voice pack script first. I'm gonna try to anyway. I have to come up with an idea. Yeah. I was procrastinating and we'll need to lock the fuck in if you do. Yeah. That's the point of this stream. We're locking the fuck in. Let's go. But today I am working on Big Sister script. If I can think of a scenario. That's the part I'm stuck on. It's figuring out what to do. It took me so long to write the original Big Sister script. There's a reason it took, like, nearly a year. The original release timeline for the Big Sister voice pack was supposed to be, like, November 2023. Because the plan initially was supposed to be that I was going to be releasing roleplay shit every month. Can you imagine? But Big Sister took me so long to write. Big Sister took too long, so I couldn't do it. It was either November or December 2023. I can't remember, but it was supposed to be 2023 for sure. But Big Sister's really hard for me because I'm an only child, so I don't really know how to write sibling dynamics. The only prompt for this is cool Big Sister. Because the winning prompts were Yuno, Onesan, and cool Big Sister. So I'm just like, what do I write? I don't know what the scenario should be. I don't think I really have Big Sister vibes, which is the other problem.
You got this, thank you.
It's locked to cool Big Sister. I was gonna suggest put upon Middle Sister. That fits your vibe more. Well, if I was Middle Sister, I wouldn't know if I was going to be writing it as if you guys are my little sibling or my big sibling. But yeah, it has to be cool big sister, because it was a tie between two prompts, and both of them were related to being a big sister. But one said cool big sister. And then the other was just Yuno Onesan. So Onesan vibes, but like cool? We're the little sibling that gets away with everything. Mom spoils you. It's not fair. Coolness on Yuno. Yeah, that's the plan. It's just figuring out the scenario for it that's hard. In the first Big Sister script, I was more like the doting Big Sister. So I'm not sure if I want to make this different. POV, you're puntable. I don't think anyone wants to be puntable. Awa Awa One-san. Yeah, that's what the first one was. Weird. No, nobody wants to be puntable. Although, speaking of puntable, considering how YouTube is, subtly, not subtly talking about, using AI to determine if certain content creators are adults, I might have to retire puntable. Because I do not want to get flagged as a children's channel. I don't think I would, overall, but I might have to retire puntable, at least in terms of making puntable act like a child. YouTube is just a child meme, literally. Holding up puntable is just like this little chibi that is voiced by a grown-ass woman. Is this a child? Is this a canonical continuation, or are you just using that as a reference point? I mean, I never confirmed or denied if it would be a direct continuation. Because I don't know. I haven't really thought about how I want to approach this. Mostly because I didn't expect to have to write another Big Sister scenario. It's hard to say. That would be so ridiculous. But, like, the thing is, it's AI, and so I feel like I don't really trust it. Have you guys heard about how, so, like, Discord started doing, like, age verification stuff in certain areas, right? Did you hear that some people have been using, like, oh my god, what's it called? Gary's Mod? Yeah, Gary's Mod and, like, Gary's Mod models to, circumvent the AI analysis to, like, because it reads the Gary's Mod, like, character models as being adult, even if they make, like, super exaggerated, like, mouth opening shit. So, like, if you can get an AI to think that you're an adult just by using an adult, like, digital model, I feel like the fact that the chibi looks kind of like a child could get YouTube to think this might be an account run by a child. Little brother won't stop backseat gaming, so you beat him up. No, that'd be mean. Not for a free voice pack. Big sis depends on age bracket. Drinking with big sis, Christmas exchange, helping teasing sis because she's cooking dinner that day. Those are some decent ideas. I don't know about Christmas. I'm hoping to release this before Christmas, so I don't know about a Christmas scenario. And we're past July now, so I can't do Christmas in July. Someone used Death Stranding to bypass it because Norman Reedus' face is so realistic. Yeah, it's crazy. But that's why I'm nervous about YouTube trying to implement this AI. And apparently it's going to go everywhere, including Onigashima. So I'm just like, because I really don't want to have to tie my ID to this channel. Like, full offense to the internet, but it is not a secure place a lot of the time. If that information leaks in any capacity, I would just be like, so you see, bad, you know? Don't be the T app. Oh god, I've only heard about that in passing. But I did hear that there was like a pretty bad leak and it caused people to be like really nasty to one another. And I was just like, I hate, I hate all of this. It's so Orwellian. It's so, I'm stressed about it. But anyways. When we were kids, don't share your personal info online. Now it's give us all your data, biometric, social security number. Well, I heard that it's because, like, one of the issues right now is that because the internet... You guys know about dead internet theory, right? Where, like, the idea is that most of the users are not real, like, human users. The fear is that because there's such a prevalent amount of, like, AI and bot accounts... that, like, it's hard to verify if you're actually, like, getting views or, like, you're getting any sort of metric from, like, a real person. So because of that fear and because of that, like, overrunning of, like, AI content and, like, AI users and all of that stuff, they want to try and verify the people that are actually real because big advertisers want to know that their advertisements is going to real people with real money dollars, I guess. But yeah, then the downside of that is also going to be that all of your internet activity is going to be tied to your real identity. Some people are doom posting that that's going to lead to like full-on like discrimination based on like your browser history or like your internet consumption. It's just like, oh, you're watching this kind of content. Well, that means you're not going to be able to receive Y services or something like that. And that's just, ugh, it's so bad. It gives me such an ick. That was literally proven recently. Automated website access past real people accessing. If Budo nonsense was a meme, what do you mean by this? Am I not already just a meme by existing? You wouldn't download a money dollar, would you? Don't download money dollars. You could cost a megacorp running AI voice swap ads pennies a day. Oh, God forbid. God forbid the megacorp have to spend some money. Just a few cents. We're in the red, it's over.
Not ASL, stop. Stop it.
Making me think of frickin' Omegle.
Quench.
You yap, but all I hear is the talking teacher in the Peanuts cartoons. So you don't listen to me when I talk? You just hear the wop 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 noise? So you hate me is what you're saying. That's crazy. Nah, kid, you smart. You don't have to lie. You know it'd be what? 223? F Onikashima. Yeah, 223. Wait. Yes. 223. It was my 223rd birthday. I'm going to be 224 next birthday. Can you believe? We're distracting you from getting work done is all? Nuh-uh! I've already written 2 sentences. How about that? To be fair, I was asking you guys for advice because I don't know what to do for the scenario. It's not distracting if I'm actually asking for help. Crazy. Need to lock in at work for a bit too? Yeah, that's the point of this stream. Actual help requests for all those backseaters now. I got one comment with like actual suggestions, so I'm going off of that. Okay. Scenario described. Now I just have to write the actual script part. It only took me 15 minutes of this first 25-minute work block, but it's fine. It's fine. Way off topic, but I was trying to find my cat and I just found him loafing under my bed with just his butt sticking out. That's so cute. I love cats so much. They're so cute. Adorable. I love that for him. I hope he's having a nice time down there. I touched him and he made a funny boot up noise. Burp. So cute. I don't think I'd be able to get any work done if I had a cat nearby. Or just any creature, I guess. Not even just a cat. Like, if it was same but dog, I'd probably be perishing. They didn't ensure you didn't get any work done? I hope so. But at the same time, the cat could probably keep me captive in my work chair by settling in my lap, so maybe it would also help me simultaneously? Who knows? You know, at productivity 4% because petting goldfish. It's more like I'm staring at the goldfish swimming around in the tank. That's the more likely scenario, to be quite honest with you. Sitting on my mouse. Bold of you to assume that my current desk has enough space for a cat to jump onto. I mean, I know cats find a way. But I feel like my desk is, one, pretty high up, and two, there's just not a lot of space for a cat to settle. However, if the cat was in my lap, then yes, they would have full access to my keyboard and my mouse. Realizing I could work so much faster if someone else could act as my hands, I feel you. If I had a second set of hands, I feel like my work would get done a lot faster. Multitasking, true and real. Oh, this is random, but regarding the watching Shrek tonight, would you guys be okay if Hitomi joined me in the VC? And I watched it with her in VC with me. She asked if it would be okay the other day, and I was like, I think so, but let me check. Yes, please. Okay. Glad to know you guys approve. I didn't want to like just force her upon you in case you guys wanted it to just be me. But she was like, since I'm going to be watching it with like you anyway. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll ask. Feeling evil, you get no friends. No, cruel. She can stream on your channel and we'd be fine. Hey now. I'm not giving her my channel. I actually don't think she... Yeah, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have channel access. Swap places with Hitomi. Okay, you guys want Hitomi to watch the video and then I stay in chat? Honestly, please? I love that for me. Lucky VOD gang, it's okay. My apologies for not putting it on a better day, but it's just hard to pick a day that works for every single person. I wish it was easier, but it is not. Replace yourself with cave sponge with Buno hair? Oh, yeah, I have that. Yeah, I have that. Hold, please. You just want this on screen? You just want this? Yes, somehow I'm not surprised. This will be my temporary Fugi. Question about YouTube. Do you know if VOD views count the live views or are all the views only after the live views? Can you be a little more specific? If you can. I believe the way that it works is there's a difference between the current viewership and then like the actual views that a video gets. Like right now I'm looking at my analytics for this current stream. And it says I have a certain number of CCV. It shows the chat rate, but it also shows views separately, which is like the number of times that the stream is viewed while live. So like, even though I have a certain amount of CCV right now, the actual amount of viewers is higher because there are people who have like glimpsed it or like looked at it while it is live, and then they just didn't really stick around to like count as part of the CCV. So that number is automatically like higher. Usually after a VOD is like published, it goes based off of the amount of like overall views that a stream got during its live duration. Let's say 100 people watch live. When the VOD goes up, will it show 100 views or 0? It'll show probably more than 100. You get views when you stream. Does the views under the VOD count from when the stream started or when it ended? From when it started, I believe. It never shows 0. Since technically, YouTube's a bit weird in that, like, how do I articulate this? YouTube's a bit weird in that, like, as a stream is going, it's simultaneously going as, like, a live stream, obviously, but it's also counting as a video upload, like, throughout its lifespan. So, like, I guess I'll just go ahead and share the metrics right now. Obviously, you can see the number at the bottom anyway. I don't know why I was trying to be coy. It's showing in my analytics right now that my amount of CCV is 27. CCV being concurrent viewership. So, like, people that are watching right now that are present in chat and all of that. And then it's showing my views as 95. So there's a difference between the CCV, which is the number of viewers connected to the stream. And then there's a difference between, like, the overall amount of times that a stream was viewed. So if I were to end this stream right now, it would say 98, probably. Because that's the amount that it has counted right this second. But that number will sometimes, like, fluctuate and get cut down or, like, adjusted based on the overall analytics of a stream after it's been, like, formally published as like a VOD. You know what I mean? So it could show as 98 initially, like, after the posting, because it was like, oh, people, like, 98 people saw this. But then it could go up to, like, some number based on additional viewership that happens later, or it could get cut down because it determined that some of the viewers that saw it didn't watch enough of it to fully count. Or something. It's kind of like that, but, like, usually a stream will never show up as having 0 views unless you literally did not get any views during the stream. No viewers, no views. Which is, like, way unlikely to happen. Way, way, way unlikely. It is weird that it counts CCV and views separately, but it does. But, like, once a VOD is published, all of the views after that are based on people who watched the VOD. So, like, the base number that you see after a stream finishes was how many people saw it while it was live, and then all of the subsequent viewership after that comes from people who checked out the VOD. And then those count as, like, ordinary video views, where it goes up once per person clicking on the video. It's very weird, but that's how they do it. Gracias, yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Let's make Caveman Buno a little smaller. You want to hang out with me on my desk today, little guy? You can go over there. In short, YouTube is weird extremely, so I really don't know why it does it like that. I've always found it strange. Like, I'm always just like, wouldn't it make more sense to count just the CCV? I guess that would make all of the numbers look really low, though. Maybe YouTube wants it to look a bit bigger. Okay. I have gotten some no view videos on my main page because they were Twitch uploads of smaller VTubers over there. Yeah, because those are uploads of already streamed content. It's just counting it as a video rather than a stream. Obviously, because it was not streamed on YouTube. I've been getting recommendations for no view videos as well, or like ones that are super low view, and I'm not really sure why the algorithm is doing that. especially because a lot of the time it is content that is not at all relevant to me. I just look at it and I'm like, why? And also who? And also what for? Right now, it looks like all of them are pretty logical for my channel's recommendations. I'm checking to see if there's one that's like crazy. Limbo, no. It's all VTubers. Primarily VTubers that I'm subscribed to. And then there's like a few musicians and like V-singers. But it's all VTuber content. And then I guess also like Idolmaster. Because I've been watching a lot of Idolmaster videos on this channel. Right now it's like all VTuber stuff. Surprisingly, not a lot of the stuff I was just talking about, which is like the crazy low view content. I guess I just managed to cultivate this feed finally, which I will appreciate. YouTube works in mysterious ways. I have some 10 view videos and then a random loop popped off to 14K. Fair enough. Alright, it's time to lock in. Since I wrote my scenario, I'm gonna lock in for this one.
Ugh.
No more break, we working. You're the top suggestion on my feed than baseball videos and videos about 8-bit computing. It knows me so well. I'm probably the top suggestion because I'm usually one of the channels you go to right away. Whether, or I guess usually when live, but also, like, it would probably do that for uploads, too. Once had a video pop off reviewing a lightsaber that got over 160k views. It was the only video on the platform on that character-specific saber. Sometimes you just get lucky. Very true. I think it's less about the algorithm and it's more just like, why does the For You page think I would watch this? At least that's how I feel about it. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of like VTuber channels that I'm subscribed to that are live. I'm seeing other VTuber channels that have posted or like have been live recently. Videos related to VTubers. Before though, it was showing me like random, like super low view like religious content, and I was like, are you trying to get me to like are you trying to get me to convert? I'm a demon. You can't do that. I really didn't understand why it was showing me that. I was like, why? What is this for? Oh. Transformers, activate your alt mode. That's from Hasbro Pulse? Why is it showing me Transformers? YouTube trying to exercise the Oni. Why would it do that to me? Evil. Vocaloid content. VTuber stuff. Uma Musume, because people that watch me probably watch a lot of Uma Musume. I feel called out. Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. I don't know anything about Gundam. All this boy stuff on my freaking video feed. You know, is secretly a horse girl. I've said this already. I've never been a horse girl. Horses are just not. Well, I shouldn't say horses are not my thing, because I do like horses and everything. I have ridden a horse before. For Girl Scouts. But I'm not really a horse girl. It was only me and one other girl that got that badge because nobody else wanted to ride the horses. They were too nervous. It's recommending you wing specifically if you're an anime boy enjoyer. Ah, fair enough. I do like boys. Enters church mostly okay. Little smoke, sits down in a confessional. Priest asks, so about Limbo, bright flash, pile of ashes, mumbles, he's very handsome. So true. I'm very normal about him, says the pile of ash. I rode a horse once, it hurt. It wasn't that bad for me. I guess it depends on how you were sitting on the horse. And if the horse was a little bit rough. You ever wonder, is Bruno looking at that laptop or just looking around her desk? Well, when I'm working, like when I look down like this, I'm probably looking at the laptop, right? I can't tell, obviously, because I'm looking down. I think the algorithm heard you didn't know much about the Bible and it wants to teach you. I don't like the idea of YouTube listening to me. I don't like the idea of it listening to me talk. That's scary. But I mean, it does do that. Kawaii. Because you don't have things in between your legs. It's not supposed to hurt. Girls are supposed to be the ones that ride side saddle. Are you saying you need to ride side saddle? Sounds delicate. But it's not supposed to hurt for you. You're supposed to ride it the proper way. Anything else? Ask the priest. Can you officiate between a pile of ashes and a hand smaller? The ashes mumble. Too real. Dear we beloved, we are gathered here to celebrate the holy matrimony between Wimbo Fitzgerald and this pile of ashes. Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together here today. Sponsored by VTubers. If only they could sponsor me to make more promotional content for Busta Fellows, I'd be the happiest on the planet. I object, the ash is mine. No. Absolutely not. Never in a million bajillion years. It's Adam and Eve, not Ashes and Eve. It's Adam and Eve, not Ashes and Limbo. But it should be Ashes and Limbo. He can carry me around in a little jar. Wait! Not like that! You're Limbo kind of freaky.
Shut up.
Currently imagining Buno being used as a cleaning tool by the giant fisher's hand from early SpongeBob episodes while she goes bleh. You mean like that episode where SpongeBob is like getting cured from his suds? So the hand has to come in and like use him and like scrub him around. Keep that in mind next time I get sick.
Weh.
I do make that exact noise when I'm sick, so it makes sense. Dumb thought, but it's kind of refreshing to see a VTuber who openly likes men and women, of course. I mean, I feel like there are plenty. I guess maybe not in certain circles. I don't feel particularly unique for it. But no, I do think it's kind of important to, like, be open. Well, I guess not open. It's hard, because I think a lot of the reason people aren't as open is just because it's not really anyone's business. And then, you know, business fury exists for some people. Not every person, obviously. You're getting the Patrick treatment from that episode where it hurts? Why would you do that? That's mean. Hand washing the Limbo Docky time. So true. If I actually did have a Limbo Fitzgerald Docky, I would probably be taking very good care of it. He'd be getting a hand wash every other week. Because I'd want him to stay pristine. Make sure the pillow is extra fluffy. Yes. Why do you need to wash him so often? Because I want him to be pristine. No dust. No chance of any sort of dirt upon him. He needs to be clean and pure and beautiful every moment of every day. Kissy marks all over him? Well, maybe. He should be clean so I can smooch him again. So cute. Someday, they will answer my prayers. Crazy there isn't one already. Well, I've talked about this before, I think. We've had a discussion about Otome merch before. It just feels like I feel like the Japanese market doesn't really think about making Dakimakura for girls. I feel like they usually just make it for guys of ladies. Girls seem to go for more, I don't want to call it practical merch, but more like stuff that they can use for like oshikatsu, which is like decorating Ida bags and stuff. So they tend to go for things that are smaller, easier to stuff into a bag, or to put on display for like a little shrine. Not to say that it doesn't exist, because I'm sure it does, but like official-wise though, it's like way less common to see Dakimakura for a male franchise. But I guess since girls are the ones that are more likely to do oshikatsu, they just think that it's easier to make stuff that girls can use for that purpose. Because I pay attention to a lot of the merch that releases for Bustafillos because obviously, as someone who does want to make a limbo eat a bag at some point in my life, if I ever have disposable income again, I do pay attention to the merch releases, and so I like keep an eye on the sorts of things that they decide to make, and a lot of the time it's like little stuff, primarily can badges. Occasionally you get some acrylic charms and acrylic stands, but for the most part they release a lot of can badges. Or like other little things, like stuff that'd be really easy to stick into an eat a bag, like I said. Silly realism problem as well. Doggies are 5'4". Most anime guys would get shrunk. Most anime waifus fit. You know what? I didn't really think about it like that, but you kind of raised a good point. If you wanted a male docky, it would have to be like a really long body pillow in order to actually like be a realistic size. The one series I can think of that released like actual docky was like Mystic Messenger, and I think it was like pre-made, like stitched onto the pillow rather than being a cover. Yuno gives away how to spot her IRL horde girl covered in limbo can badges and other merch. I don't own any limbo fan merch yet. I'm just talking about merch that I've noticed. I can't buy merch. I don't have the disposable income. I want to, but I haven't bought any Bustafillos merch. The first time I've gotten merch was when I got those earbuds that I talked about during my break. My not break. And that was only because somebody donated so I could buy them, which is very kind. That is the first time I've ever bought Bustafillos merchandise. And even then, it's merchandise that's very, very practical. Their own time. I have thought about adding stuff to my throne again. I just feel bad. I don't know why. There's just like a certain element of guilt that I feel putting items on there, especially like luxury items. I'm always just like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Put ryegrass on there and we will buy it for you. What the frick is ryegrass? It is optional for you and us. This is true. It is still a feels bad, man. Uma Musume reference. God, guys, I don't play the game. I'm not going to understand your references. I'm too busy in my own little world, playing my own silly little games. Haru got like $4 million in donos. No, I remember the story about Haru Urara. I just didn't know that it was ryegrass. Yes, we talked about this the other day, I remember. I know. I am aware. Thank you, though. Okay, you know, yes. While you type, can I play tic-tac-toe on your forehead with a Sharpie? No. Why don't you take the Sharpie and write on your hand, I will never write on Yuno's forehead ever again, like 30 times, from the beginning of your hand all the way up your arm. Is this debut? Yeah, those jokes were fine during debut so that I could get attention. But now, we can give it a rest. We can give it a rest, friends. We have moved past this. The world does not need this to occur anymore. Even when I do debut 2.0, I will refuse any and all forehead jokes. You just appreciate the forehead in this house? Yes. We could, true, will we? Nah. Well, I say we as in me. I guess I don't really care if you guys make them. It's just I'm going to ignore them. I'm not going to give them any attention. Just color over the forehead with a Sharpie so no one ever looks at it. That would look gross. I'm good, thanks. No more forehead. So true. I start my stream and instead of having my forehead exposed, it's just you don't see my head at all. Forehead? How about no head? So no head? So 5 head then? No. God, can you fucking come up with a better joke? It can't be that hard to come up with a better fucking joke. X and A1. What the fuck is A1? Do you see labels for quadrants on my skull? No. What do you even mean? Who labels it A1 anyway? 6 head, it's 1 funnier. Don't piss me off! I'm this close. O and B2, can you... My GPS watch isn't working. Can you turn your head slightly so I can bounce a signal off? Can you take your watch off of your wrist and throw it into the ocean? I bet you'll get a better signal over there. The Kraken can give you a better signal than I ever could. Anyways. Big Buno. Sometimes I have to be big. Otherwise people will not understand. I have to make myself big and intimidating. Even then, it still doesn't work half the time. 1 out of 2 I fear. The 1 is intimidating, right? Defense tactic, defense mechanism. We too distracted by lower assets on purple anyway. Lower assets? I see you.
I see.
Your eyes, obviously. Well, my eyes aren't that low. My eyes are pretty high up, I would say. Only in a relative sense? Well, yes. Lower than your forehead, this is true. But they're still pretty high up. Cute that you have horn holes. That was Kaya's idea. Kaya was the one that designed the outfit for these chibis. I mentioned wanting loungewear, though. So when she designed it, she was like, what do I do about your horns? And I was like, I don't know. And then she decided to make the little cozy hole for them. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to breathe freely with purple rather than wearing the Yobi all the time? I mean... I was gonna say something, but that would be spoilers. I was gonna say something, but that would be spoilers. Unless I revealed that part already. I feel like I might have, but that might have been in a member stream. A cute touch, the horn holes? Yeah. I think it's cute too. I just thought of something stupid. There's no such thing as stupid. I tried. Were you trying to get a leak? Well, too dang bad. I'm resisting. Maybe. I'm resisting. When someone mentions your forehead again, you should do a "Hey, my eyes are down here" bit. I don't think that's stupid. I think that's silly. In a good way, though. Editor, insert her re-debut slides here in the future. I like how you think I have an editor. I like how you think this stream will get clipped. Love the energy. Wish that were true.
Eek.
Yuno is kind of too much of a perfectionist for an editor. What do you mean by that? I don't think that's true. When I was working with editors in Kawaii, because Kawaii was handling a lot of that stuff for me, I very rarely ever had like a lot of feedback. I usually liked the results that the editors would come up with. I also usually only ever ask for like 1 or 2 fixes in artwork as well. And that's if they forget important details. Now, if we're talking creative writing and requiring edits, then yes, I will be very picky, but that's because I've worked as a professional editor. So I get very, very picky. You are more self-done with tasks? Self-sufficient, you mean? I mean, I guess. Not with video editing, though. I can't video edit to save my life. And I've tried to learn, but, like, it doesn't work in my brain. There are certain things that just don't work in my brain, and it's mostly visual tasks. I can't draw. I can't edit videos. I can't, I'm not very good at graphic design. I've gotten, like, better over the course of my time making thumbnails, but I don't know. I'm not a very visual medium person. I have always been a written text, and I suppose maybe a little bit of, like, auditory. But even regarding auditory stuff, I cannot mix, like, music or whatever. Even, like, editing audio for, like, voice acting projects, like voice packs or what have you, I can clean my audio up, but I can't really, like, mix it with sound effects and stuff. When it comes to video, pretty much every video I have ever posted has been edited by Hitomi. But Hitomi and I are very close, obviously. And so, Hitomi understands my creative vision a lot of the time. And also, like, understands what I mean when I try to articulate it, whether in text or in voice. Which I'm very grateful for. If I didn't have Hitomi, I'd probably be struggling a lot more with getting out video content. But since she understands my vision and we have a very similar, like, vibe when it comes to content, so she's usually pretty good at figuring out what needs to be highlighted and stuff, and is good at figuring out what I mean when I offer suggestions. Are you a visual small? No. My visuals are large. There's a lot to look at. I am by no means a small. I just mean that when it comes to visual mediums in art, I'm not good at it. I don't have, like... I don't want to call it aphantasia, because I don't think that's what it is. I feel like my brain just expresses things in text, and then that allows me to visualize more. Like, I can see things kind of in my head, but they start as, like, a textual description, and then my brain's like, oh, okay, I get it. I am really good at, like, daydreaming, though, and, like, visualizing things that I read. I just can't take what I see in my brain and communicate it in a visual medium. Never been very good at it. Yeah, if I think of the word apple, I am then able to think of an apple. And I don't think that's aphantasia, because that means I can still think of the image. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Large visuals, aka large eyes. Mane? Mane? Yuno thinks in the Half-Life error placeholder model. I don't know what that is because I never played Half-Life, but I suppose. God, I don't like how this turned out. I might have to scrap this. What if I just leave it and I start something else? What if I just do something else? What if I just do something else? What if I just do something else? Ugh, I don't like it. Are you in a working phase right now? Yes, and I have been working. I have a whole page of text, but I don't like it, and I'm scared that I'm gonna crush it. I'm just gonna crinkle it. I'm gonna do something else because I don't like it. If I come back later, maybe I'll like it again. Okay, so if I don't want to work on that right now, I guess I should... maybe I should do prep for the hypnosis stream? Yeah. So I found out, earlier that, Hypnosis won for the stream, but apparently it was accidentally submitted to the stream suggestion, as in roleplay stream. It was accidentally submitted to that one when it was supposed to be for the voice pack. So I'm going to kind of marry the two, I suppose, and this roleplay stream is going to have a very loose outline, kind of, and like a script. Sorta? Something? Yeah, it's kind of the vision that I have right now. Random fact, the Team Fortress 2 engine is literally held up by a JPEG of a coconut. Interesting. Very interesting. I have so much laundry to do and it's all out of unit laundry. Aw, cringe. That's rough, buddy. But you should do your laundry. Nobody likes stinky clothes. Connections like that are weird. I couldn't picture organic chemistry bonds breaking or reforming for reactions until I coupled it to the sound of a magazine ejecting out of an M1, then it just clicked. Oh, interesting. Sometimes we do have to make certain connections. So I guess you're more of an auditory learner? Like if you can compare something to like noises or like if you hear it, it's easier to learn? No one knows why, but when removed, TF2 cannot function. Interesting. Oh my god. Is that picking up on my mic at all? Maybe not. Okay, that means it's not. The sniffing? No. I know the sniffing should be picking up. But my neighbors are slamming so hard against the wall and it's freaking me out. They're not usually slamming at this time of day. Are you on Twitter while working? That's weird. I literally have like 2 tabs open. One with my document, one with Twitter. Also, it's your fault. I have notifs on for you. So when I saw you tweet, I checked it. Yeah, I'm not hearing it. Well, that's good. In the middle of the day, yes. There are 4 starting early. Wait till everyone's asleep. I guess they don't want to today. It's very noisy. It's pretty loud. Like, I mentioned this the first time I was talking about it. Well, not the first time, but when I was talking about it earlier this week. But my desk is set up against the wall that is like opposite to where the slamming is taking place, and I can hear it very loudly and clearly from over here, like across the room. Which is a good, like... I mean, I can't make a proper estimate right now, but it's a good, like... I would wager maybe 12 feet away. And it's so loud and clear, and it's scary. I guess you can get a gif of a spiral for an ASMR. Well, I was thinking about doing just like a static image for the hypnosis stream because it's probably going to mostly be an auditory experience anyway. So I can't really foresee it relying on my model very much. So I'm probably just going to use a static image of my model. But we'll see. Maybe I can get a spiral to put in the back. That feels kind of cheesy, though. That's coming from a girly who likes spirals. You're trying to pull a Kool-Aid Man, it's not working. That explains why it's on multiple parts of the wall. They're trying to find the breakout point. Just this model's head spinning with a spinning spiral background. That's the stream, actually. it's just spin the entire time. What's that we need to donate $20? I mean, you don't need to. What is this? Oh my god. Sorry. That noise is just so loud. That wasn't against the wall though. That sounds like something hit the floor.
So noisy.
Purple, green, spiral background, PhD, head center, text hub, all about the Bob Jacksons. Wait, where did I extract it to? Did I extract it? Oh, up there. Oh. So that's what this is. Okay. Yeah, you know what? That's fair. I think I can make this work. Okay. Cute chibi, thank you. This is one of two chibis that I have. Both made by my lovely unit mate, Kaya Melon Nishikino. Yes. This is the more, I don't want to say normal looking. But it's the one that makes more sense as like a chibi model, perhaps. Closer to being on model, perhaps. The other chibi is more gremlin. The other chibi is more of a creature. Okay, I think I can make notes for this a bit more easily. Let me... They're both beautiful. Wow, you think Puntable is beautiful? That's crazy. I never thought anyone would ever say that about her. Certified ankle biter, true. The third that's a baby. Well, I was saying this earlier, but I'm probably going to have to change her characterization because I do not want to run the risk of this channel getting flagged as being baby. Or being for baby. So we're probably just going to have to make her more of a goblin. Actual gremlin creature. IP plastic keys. Yeah, you're not going to get any more keys. No keys, no jokes about her liking juice and cookies. None of that. A literal purple gremlin model would go hard. I don't know about that. I'm not super into the, like, less humanoid-looking models. I do think it could be, like, cute and silly for some people, not for me, though. Becomes more adamant when she says she's not a child. True. Attach that music label modifier, parental advisory, only implicit content. Oh dear. Would that not just get me, like, banned? I don't know what's going on anymore, man. It feels like it's starting to get stricter and stricter out there. World kind of scary. Purple Gremlin is overdone, I suppose. Oh, I did think of an idea for the chibi just now, though, because we did unlock the... Well, obviously, we unlocked everything, but... I did think of an idea for the chibi model. The new chibi model. That'll be based off of 2.0. I thought of an idea just now. Big brain plays. I'll have to keep that in mind for the eventual commission. God, I really hope 2.0 can be successful. Some of these future plans I have to earn big. I have to work hard, earn big, be big, do more. Can't believe she's getting an Ogre Pawn mask. I can't! That is copyrighted. But no, the idea that I have is based off of something. I can't tell you what right now, though, because that's even a spoiler for Beyond 2.0. The world beyond, you know? But I think that this idea is a fun one. Okay, so once this break ends, I will finish the loose outline for the hypnosis stream. Maybe I will start writing down some stuff for it too. I don't really want it to be fully scripted. I'm thinking about it though. But I might write down some like start points or like key points I want to make sure I hit, and then have that ready. If I manage to finish this, I will probably start working on the 2.0 lore. I already know what I want to do for the lore. The thing is figuring out what I'm going to do for the lore video. But I know the like base idea, at least so far. I outlined it to myself like super briefly earlier. Not all types have been done for Ogrepon, but that doesn't matter. Ogrepon is still a copyrighted property. If I try to incorporate it in a model, I could get a cease and desist from Nintendo, and I don't want to deal with all that. right, lock-in time. Okay. Outline looks good. I think I can use this as a baseline for a fuller, more detailed one. So the way my outlines usually work, in case you're curious maybe, is I go from like point A to point B, like super loose, like beat, 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 beat type vibes, and then I expand upon it in the next section, like it becomes more of a detailed outline, I guess. Again, especially for something like this particular roleplay stream, which is going to be just generally hypnosis stuff. I feel like it's better to leave room for improv, because a lot of hypnosis is better with improv, in my opinion. Rather than feeling like it's just the hypnotist reading from a script. I think that's lame as fuck. So, most of the detailed outline is just going to be like transition type things, or like lead-ins, and like certain things I don't want to forget to mention. And then we will mostly be off book from there. I think once I get into the actual, like, hypnosis part of it, I can probably be fine. Although I'm gonna have to be careful. So many places are cracking down more on hypnosis. I guess YouTube isn't, because I haven't really seen YouTube taking down videos on hypnosis stuff, but I'm probably gonna have to generally be careful. YouTube is crashing on me. See you later if it doesn't fix itself. Oh no! YouTube evil. I hope that doesn't continue. Because I have another stream tonight. Ah! But okay, be safe. Just hypnotize yourself into sounding like you're not reading from a script. That's not... That's not how that works. I don't think it's very helpful if I am hypnotized while trying to hypnotize others. Well, I guess some people do enjoy that kind of dynamic, but I don't think that's particularly useful in this instance. Oops, I hypnotized myself ASMR. There are people who would probably be into that. Honestly, as someone who does not enjoy being hypnotized at all and prefers to be the one doing the hypnosis, I do kind of wish there was more content with ASMR of other people being hypnotized instead of it being them being the hypnotist. But unfortunately, most people who pursue hypnosis content usually want to be hypnotized, so it's rare to ever see it in the other direction. There's like one time that I heard a file where it was the other way around, and it was the person recording the ASMR was the one getting hypnotized, and I really liked that. I liked that vibe better. But it's so rare. I guess because it's kind of hard to write, maybe. Or people feel like they're acting or something. Acting a little bit too hard, perhaps. It's probably easier to act like you're the one in control, or to be the one in the control. I can't do it with Puntable, especially hypnosis content with Puntable. That's bad. I should absolutely not do that. Like I said, Puntable's probably getting fucking retired at this point, considering how crazy the internet is getting. Puntable will have to be in baby jail forever. Interesting. In my head, I'm having trouble imagining how getting hypnotized could be something where ostensibly you're the only one talking. Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. The way that it worked in the file that I heard was like, they were trying to hypnotize somebody else, or they were like getting excited about a hypnosis related thing, but they were like also like falling for their own hypnosis in the process. It was very interesting. I can't remember a lot of the details of it now because I listened to it several months ago, but it was a really good file. I really liked it. But I do agree that that's probably why a lot of people don't do it, because it'd just be kind of hard to do a lot of talking. I guess the appeal of it then would be more about like the, I don't want to say it like this, but the noises. Hunted into space forever. So true. Goodbye, little gremlin. It was fun while it lasted. That sounds familiar. Maybe I heard that one too. Shakes her hand. If so, good taste. But no, it's a niche that I've always felt like could be used more. One of my favorite tropes in hypnosis-related content is a subject trying to hypnotize someone else, but then they get hypnotized in the process, either by their own attempt or by the other person in the scenario just like turning it back on them somehow. I love that a lot. I feel like it's underutilized. You want to give Puntable cookie? No, no, no. Like I said, I can't do anything with hypnosis and Puntable together. Even if Puntable is not literally a child. I wonder if there's a hypnosis thing where you flowers for Algernon yourself? Gotta keep it strictly adult, but not too adult. You see that thin line? No, gotta stay on that. Does that mean big brains start to love mice or something else? I think it's more like... I mean, I can tell you this. There is hypnosis content that relates to dumbification, which is like purposefully making yourself dumber. I don't really know many scenarios of trying to make somebody smarter, because it's very hard. See, the thing... God, you're gonna make me info dump. I'm sure that's part of your plan. But like, to make a very, very long rant short, a lot of hypnotism is based on your ability to believe something or for your brain to convince you of something, which means you have to have a very strong imagination. It is a lot easier to make your brain think that you are stupid than it is to make your brain think that you are smart. It is unfortunately way easier to dumb somebody down than to try and make them smarter, because if you try to get your mind to think that you are smarter, it doesn't necessarily give your brain more knowledge, you know? The only way to make someone truly smarter would be if you were the one implanting the information into their head so that they could be saying correct information. It's like hard to explain. The way it was handled in Always Sunny in Philadelphia was having Charlie be an unreliable narrator. I mean, sure. I guess the way I'm thinking of it, because like Flowers for Algernon was very like, the focus is more so on, like, just increased intelligence and, like, understanding, less so implanting, like, actual smartness. The concept could be that they're just not using their mental faculties to the fullest until hypnotized. I guess it's veering into 10% of brain myth territory. I kind of get what you mean. But I think it would then be kind of hard to be like... I think it's still hard to convince someone that they aren't using all of their brain and to, like, try to get them to use it more, because what does that look like? How would they interpret use your brain more? Like, I think that would just be very difficult for a hypnotized brain to really understand. And I feel like you wouldn't really be able to envision that clearly. And I also don't think a hypnotist would be able to very easily explain use more of your brain. So are they actually being smarter? Wouldn't they just be fully aware of the hypnosis at that point and it wouldn't work? Well, that's more of an awareness thing. If you're trying to make someone, like, quote-unquote smarter, you'd probably just want them to focus on, like, what they already know, perhaps. I think if you wanted someone to act smarter, you would probably have to, like, tell them to, like, really hone in on something that they already know a lot about. So, like, say, for example... I mean, you can't do this to me because I am very, very difficult to hypnotize, but long story short, say you wanted to hypnotize me to become smarter, and you had me do that by focusing on how much I know about books and literature, basically you'd be turning me insufferable. Because the best way to exhibit smartness in that regard would be to focus all in on the fact that I know a lot about books and a lot about literature. And so it would just become me being like, incapable of not info dumping about books. Kind of. It sounds like convincing someone to be more confident in their own knowledge. Yeah. I think that would make more sense than trying to just get someone to generally be smarter or, like, be more intellectual. Because I think that sort of instruction is a bit too vague. That'd be the flowers for Algernon ending, breaking out of the hypnosis through reasoning somehow. But then that doesn't... That's not the same as the flowers for Algernon ending, though. Because that also... The point of the ending is supposed to be sadness at the realization of the loss of understanding. Because, like, you do, like, understand now because you, like, once learned it, but now you just can't, like, deal with it? Anyway, I don't think you should be using hypnosis for that kind of situation anyway. The sadness comes after because you can never get there again. Well, the thing is, though, you could. Hypnosis is very easily repeatable. It's very easy to just, like, hypnotize someone over again and get the same effect, but then it would just lead to an endless cycle of needing to be... of, like, craving that feeling again. And having to be hypnotized in perpetuity, basically. So you can't really fully flowers for Algernon the situation, because it's not something that could never occur again. It would be very easily repeatable. I can't be hypnotized either way. My brain has too much control on my thoughts at all times. Even if that controllers were empty now, this is no thinking time. See, it's because you're not letting yourself. If you say things like, I can't be hypnotized, of course that's going to mean that you're not going to be able to feel like you are. And there are certainly examples of people who are just, like, incapable of it. I was literally watching a video the other day, where it was, like, a content creator who wanted to find out if hypnosis was even real. So he, like, was doing a bunch of different, like, types of experiments with different types of hypnotism, right? And in one of the last examples, he hired a stage hypnotist to come and hypnotize him and some of his friends. And I really liked it because, first of all, it wasn't the one guy who is usually hired for stage hypnosis shit for YouTubers, who is obviously talking to them ahead of time and telling them to act outrageous on camera. So, like, that was already great because it was a guy who was, like, actually explaining how hypnosis truly works. So, good on him for actually choosing a reputable guy. Second of all, the guy also fully admitted that, like, there's a chance that nobody could be hypnotized within the grouping because some people are just going to, like, refuse it, and that it might not always work for certain people. At the base of it all, I don't want to be, so unless I change my fundamental brain foundation, it won't work. Yeah, exactly. Anybody can be, it's just a matter of whether or not you want to open up to it. So I always get pissed off when people are like, oh, I can't be hypnotized by brain. And I'm just like, no, you literally can. You're just choosing not to. Hypnosis is and always will be a choice. It's especially based on whether or not you respect the person that's trying to hypnotize you. If you are incapable of seeing that person as an authority figure or somebody who is capable of having that power over you, even for a brief period of time, like, if you can't respect that person, then it's not gonna fucking work. If you put up your own mental barriers, then yeah, it's not going to work. And then you're just going to think that it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy of, ha, see, I can't be hypnotized, my brain too good. It's literally not that. It's more just you are not allowing it, and therefore it is not working. And that's also totally fine. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the YouTuber. It was only him and one of his friends who ended up, like, reacting to the hypnotic convincers really, really well. And then there was one person who was, like, purely incapable of it. Ironically, it was the other content creator in the room. But he was, like, fully not into any of the convincers, so he was actually, like, tapped and told to stay awake because it just wasn't working on him. So he got to watch everything else happen. It was kind of funny. But it's just one example of, like, you know, you can see after doing, like, certain tests with certain people whether or not it can actually work on them. The level of trust I'd have to have in someone would need to be immense, for sure. And I think that at that point, it would be more so on the hypnotist to convince you that they are an authority figure and that they are trustworthy. That's why I really liked how this particular guy approached, you know, hypnotizing this small group. He was explicitly like, there's a chance this might not work on all of you. And then he was, like, answering all of their questions, and he was, like, openly telling them that certain things may or may not work depending on, like, a whole bunch of different factors. Hypnosis is very finicky. Very, very finicky. Long break time. But it was very funny, too, because while he did manage to hypnotize a couple of them, and it, like, did work to a certain extent for certain periods, he would then try things that were a little bit... In my mind, I think they were too unorthodox for the audience, and so it caused the people who had been in, like, a form of trance or were, like, getting there to snap out of it because they thought it was a little too ridiculous. I think he did a pretty okay job overall, but, like, when he tried to do the things that were more outrageous, it was immediately snapping them out of it, and I think he should have tried to be a little bit more focused on the more realistic ones, maybe. To be specific, he was like hypnotizing them in more traditional methods with, like, visual or, like, sound cues, or in some cases even, like, physical cues, and those would work really well. But then he would try to do something a little bit more eclectic by, like, writing out a text message and trying to have them read it on a phone screen to get them to drop again, but it wouldn't work because, of course, for people that are expecting this to happen purely within, like, the room, they aren't going to be put to sleep by a text because that's not what they've been primed to. People have different ideas and perceptions of hypnosis, so, like, if you're not basing what you do off of their preconceptions of hypnosis, then certain things are not going to work. Like, if you don't tell them that it would be possible, I should say, to hypnotize someone via a text message, or to, like, cue them to re-enter a trance via a text message, it's not gonna work. They're gonna be like, what? Which happened in both cases. He tried it with 2 different people in that grouping, and it didn't work for either of them. They were just like, what? And it snapped them out of it because they thought it was just a bit too weird. And it is because they don't understand that it technically is possible, but it has to be something that is, like, locked into, like, the brain's understanding of hypnotism. So even if their brain is in a more suggestible state, if you do something that they can't believe, then the brain's gonna be like, that's weird, and then snap them out of it. It's very, very delicate. And I think he shouldn't have done something that eclectic with a group that still needs to be convinced that hypnosis is even real. Because a lot of them were skeptics, and that's why several members of the group didn't really fall for it, including one who didn't fall for it whatsoever. I'm chuckling at the idea of someone getting hypnotized by carrier pigeon now. Yeah. They get a message from a carrier pigeon that says sleep, and then they instantly, like, flop over. By all accounts, if it's someone who thinks that they could be hypnotized by something like that, it could technically work. Sleeper agent. Yeah, that's the thing. I think he tried to get a little bit too sci-fi by having it be text messages, and it just didn't work right. But the things that were happening within the present were, like, way more convincing. Or, like, things that were more physical manifestations, so he should have stuck to physical stuff. But he didn't. It's fine, though. I'm just grumpy. I'm just grumpy as someone who knows too much about hypnotism. But I did think that the video overall was, like, a more respectful approach to hypnotism than, like, a lot of the other stuff I see. Like I said, there's this one stage hypnotist that some content creators hire. You know how there's that guy who does those, like, fake lie detector tests? It's a similar vein, but with a stage hypnotist who I'm pretty sure just talks to them before the video starts and is like, I'm going to get you guys to do XYZ, and you're going to act like you're doing it under hypnosis, so that it makes funny content. Because, like, realistically, you can't really convince people to do stuff that's too outlandish. Their brains are just not going to allow certain things to happen like that. Unless they themselves are, like, down to clown. It's fine, I'm over it, I'm not mad. Me, literally anytime I see a hypnosis video with this one fucking stage hypnotist, every time I see that man's fucking face, I'm just like, you, I hate you. Hypnotist plays with alphabet cereal, forms the word sleep, knocks himself out because he believes it can be done. You don't... That's not how it works. You're gonna make me mad. I get what you're trying to say as part of the bit, as part of the joke, but that's not how it works. A good hypnotist will not get taken out. That said, good hypnotists do also usually make very good subjects, should they allow themselves to be the subject. By all accounts, I would have been a very good subject. But I don't trust like that, so it doesn't work very easily on me. But I'm very imaginative, so I honestly would be a very good subject because you could probably convince me of almost anything. And my brain would be like, yeah, that's fair. And I would be able to imagine it. And thus feel the effects, you know? But I have been burned too many times, so it doesn't work on me like that. I don't trust. Handshake emoji.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry for yapping. Hypnotism was one of my special interests during the panini, so I unfortunately know too much. I know too much. I've learned too many things. I am burdened with knowledge. Lovingly. What's the difference in your working and resting time, or is it a bit blurry currently with this hypnosis talk? Well, right now we're in the long break. That's why I'm yapping. I did finish my outline, my loose outline. I didn't start my longer outline. But I'm probably gonna call it soon, because I have to make sure I handle some business before, the Shrek time, ogre time. Gotta make sure I handle some, other stuff. So I'll probably be ending at like 3, which means there's like one more 15-minute work session. Actually, since the next timer would be 25 minutes, maybe... I don't know. I'll do like one more work portion, probably, and then call stream.
Call it a stream.
Because I will have business to attend to. But I feel like this is still productive. I got like an idea for the free voice pack. I have the outline for the roleplay stream. This is some stuff I can refine and like fine tune on my own time, or in another work stream if I schedule another one in the next like week or two. Then the only other thing that I didn't do that I thought I was going to get to today was going to be starting up lore, but I can wait a little bit on that, I think. At least a little bit. I want to have the lore stuff done so I can start figuring out what I'm going to do for the video. I might only get like 1 or 2 art pieces for it, and then the rest of it will just be like based on the audio vibe. Immersive audio radio play experience. TM is the vision. I would go for a more complex lore video, but that's a lot of artwork. Is Uni staying hydrated? I've been finishing the last of my coffee. I did refill my water bottle before the stream started, and I haven't taken a sip, so I should probably take a sip of water. Yeah, I needed that. My coffee is starting to get a little bleh. Which makes sense. It's been sitting here for a few hours. The iced coffee is no longer iced. Water, however, is yummy. Diluted lukewarm coffee. No, not lukewarm. I guess it's more like... I mean, it's like just a little bit cold. Luke cold? Bleh. But it's not good. I just got some liquid death. Yippee! John Warm. Sure. We'll call it John Warm. Why not? Leia Gold. Blech. You know, isn't a Star Wars? Star Wars? Yeah, Star Wars girly. No, I am not. Never have been. I have seen the original movie before they decided to make it a franchise. I've seen one of the random sequels. Or maybe it was a prequel. I don't fucking remember. I saw another Star Wars when I was younger. I watched it out of order. But like I fell asleep 20 minutes in. This was when I was a kid though. So I guess like the order of me watching Star Wars is a random movie that I fell asleep like 20 minutes into trying to watch. Because it just bored the heck out of me as a kid. And then I saw the original Star Wars before it became a franchise as part of like a fiction and film class that I took in school. I went to an art school, so we had a lot of stupid art classes like that. Stupid artsy-fartsy classes. OG Star Wars was okay. I didn't hate it. I liked it better as a one-off, I think. I think making it a franchise was certainly a choice. And then I've seen The Force Awakens because my friends all wanted to go see it, and I went because I didn't want to be left out. Force Awakens was okay. I liked it. I didn't watch any of the movies that came after that, though. So I don't know what happens after. Lucky. I'm glad to not be burdened with knowledge. But I thought the first one was okay. At least, like, as a movie and as someone who didn't really know much about a Star Wars, I was like, that's okay. And I've never watched any of the shows. Okay, last work sprint. Locking in. It was good, just disappointing because it was pretty much A New Hope. I see. Not much of a Star Wars fan, but Andor is very good. I see.
I don't know what that is. Guessing it's a show.
TV show? Ah, I see. That's not the one with Baby Yoda, though, right? Or is it? Correct, no Baby Yoda. Okay, right. That's the Mandalorian? Okay. But still Star Wars? What the... I don't understand. I don't know. I was going to have a take, but I don't know if it's a correct take because I was thinking of some other things that I like that are kind of franchises. But I was going to say I don't understand, like, all the different multimedias and how people can keep up with every single, like, multimedia, like, multiverse AU thing for, like, their favorite thing. And I was just like, well, I do have some things where I am like that. Andor was better vibes for the people who are less immersed in Star Wars. That's fair. I guess that's good. Probably something better for the people that are not as entrenched in the IP. Well, that's cool. Like that for them. All the same universe, Star Wars spans the entire galaxy, so it's easy to make up whatever you want. Yeah, I guess. Okay. I guess for this part I just need... Why did I write it like that? Okay. Okay. And I think I want... You know, cute. What? Who told you? Who revealed this information? I ain't no snitch. What the heck? You should snitch. Kaya did? That's a lie. Me when I go on the internet and tell lies. Kaya would never call me cute. Lest we forget, during Nano's concert, she literally said everybody else performing was her wife except for me. So lest we forget, she would never find me cute. Paraphrased? Not even paraphrased. Never in a million, bajillion, trillion, bobillion years. Well, yeah, you're her mother. I'm not! When we had a family dynamic as Hana Mizuki, I was the father. But Hana Mizuki is dead. So is the family. And once 1.0 dies, it will truly be dead. Because there will be no remnants left. A cat, a dragon, and a different kind of Oni. It'll be too different. You're breaking Vin Diesel's heart. He'll get over it. There's other families. He'll get over it. At least crack open a Corona when it happens? I don't know, maybe. You really want me to drink during my 2.0? She had one too many beers that led to her calling you not cute 10 times. She may have accidentally said not once. Oh no, gonna take advantage of the drunken stutter. The drunken stutter. She's not cute. Is everybody's just pointing at her like, oh, she said it. She said the thing, she said it. Not who's there. Yuno's cute. Shut up. Stop. Crazy work. Okay, that looks good. So then I have to make the actual thing. Meow, 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 meow. As part of 2.0, Yuno changes her last name to Who. Riots start worldwide as no one knows who anyone is talking about when they say you know who. You know who, shit, who, you know, bracket, Mialoon bracket. Who. How did you know? She must not be named. No, you should name me. That is my name. That's me. I'm thee. I just realized I could do this. I'm so silly. I'm so silly. I could just... Who? Me. You know. You know who. For disclaimer purposes, it is a joke. I will not be changing my name. I did think about it briefly. I was like, I guess I could change it to one of the names I had originally intended. But then I was like, but I'm already known as one thing. I feel like it's a bit too late in the game to change my name. I know who? Yeah. I know. You know who? That is my name. You know and I know. I know is my alternate identity. I know Hanaki, I know bracket. What's the opposite of honey? What is the opposite of honey and moon? Obviously it's something sun, but what would be the opposite of honey? Licorice? Licorice sun? Licorice soul? Vinegar? Vinegar soul? Vinegar soleil. Yeah, that's my evil twin sister. She's in the unit Vinegar Sun. Hanaki, I know. Evil twin, yeah, I know. Sometimes called Aichan, sometimes called Bino. Well, Hanaki, hope we're doing well today. We are! I'm just doing a little bit of lore writing. And then, honestly, I'm probably going to call it after this. When we get to the next break, it's probably going to be when I end stream. So you're a little bit late, but I've been good. Her brother albino? No, my brother's Yukun. Ooh, I know. Downside of streaming at this kind of time. When people cannot watch. But that's okay, there's a second stream later. And I'll probably rate it so that people can mark it for later. We'll be watching Shrek. Because it's one of the Donathon rewards, and I need to get it out of the way. Need to get that shit out of the way. Is you not your neighbor? No. Yuno has layers? I guess so. Technically. Yunanian. The layers write themselves. Uh-huh. I guess. I'm back. Welcome back. I'm going to be ending soonish, but I'm glad you were able to make it for the end. Is YouTube done being a butt? Aino Kihana, member of Kawaii Factory's unit Vinegar Soleil. Kawaii Factory is crazy. Speaking of, corporations, though, did you guys... I don't know if I should talk about this, but I think it's kind of funny. But one of the girls linked a tweet in the group chat the other day about, like, it was from some random account that was like, I'm still working while I'm talking about this, by the way, but there was like some random account that like tried to claim that they acquired Production Kawaii and that they were going to be bringing it back. And we were like, huh? What did bro mean by this? Bro, it was not an actual... It's not an actual acquisition, for the record. It was just some random guy, probably like I don't want to say a kid, but it was just some random ass dude who just randomly tweeted in like May that was like... Sorry, I'm trying to word this without laughing, but it's so hard. But they were like, I think they've... Hold on, let me see if I can find the tweet in the group chat. I'm not revealing who posted it, and I'm also not going to reveal, like, too many details about the actual guy, because I think that that's not necessary. I'm just making fun of it, so I'm not going to say anything about who it actually is, because that's not fair. Let's see. Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Okay, here it is. Yeah. So this like random account decided to tweet that the wording, the tweet basically says that they acquired Production Kawaii. They didn't stylize it right, by the way. They capitalized both the P and the K, which is not correct. But they said that they acquired Kawaii and that they were going to bring it back with new branding. And it was just a random nothing tweet from like May that says that they acquired it and they're gonna bring it back with new branding. And we were all just like, with what VTubers? We've been acquired? What happened? It was just such a random tweet. It has no notifications on it, or not, no notifications. It has no like interactions on it. No likes, no retweets, nothing. But apparently this Twitter is just like a random... It's just some guy. Like, I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. They just tweet into the void. They get, like, no interactions or anything. That's not how that works. You don't bring back an old org with new branding that defeats the point of acquiring a brand. I mean, I guess if you adjust the branding, you technically would have the right to if you own it. But the thing is, they didn't buy it. They're just acting like they did. And I don't understand why. And, like, why randomly in May? How was that tweet even found? I don't know. The girl who posted it, just said who? And we were all just like, what? Who? And then we started talking about other stuff, so we didn't really delve into it too much. But like I said, this account literally just tweets to no one. They have no interactions on their tweets in any capacity, so it's just a random ass person. I imagine the girl might have been searching like production kawaii like mentions on Twitter, perhaps, or like anyone just like tweeting about it. Not mentions as in like adding the official account, but like just, you know how you can search you can search on Twitter to find like mentions of something within tweets, like within their text. I think that might have been how it was found. But it is crazy to find something like that. But it's so weird. You gotta try to find, maybe trying to find something old and stumbles across this. Still wild. It's very wild. I'm just like, imagine thinking that you are this important. That you could just claim that you have taken control of a brand of a company that died. And I'm just like, with what money? Who sold it to you? Some guy dug up the corpse from a graveyard, but it was the wrong corpse and no one was there to see it. If a production company is acquired in the middle of the forest, was it ever truly bought? I'm your boss now. Are you saying that account was you? If so, I'm sorry that none of your tweets get any traction. A very unfortunate situation. Anyway, I just thought it was very freaking silly. I found the tweet. No! I guess I was a little too specific. Don't make fun of them. It's just, it was just strange. Very bizarre. Logging corporations are shaking in their boots right now. So true. Okay. Well, yeah, I am going to call this a stream. Thank you for keeping me company while I worked. I did, while it was a little out of order, I did Pomodoros pretty well today. I feel pretty good about the overall progress that I made. But I must leave to take care of my other tasks for the day. And then make sure I can have a good dinner so that I can be ready for this movie. But yes, we will be watching Shrek tonight. All I did was just production kawaii in the Twitter search thread. Yeah, if you search it with the correct capitalization, quote-unquote correct, you should be able to find it, but it's very funny. If Bruno wears a flannel shirt, she can channel Paul Bunyan and really get cracking in the logging biz takeover. Hey, I actually love flannel shirts, so that wouldn't be that hard. I fucking love flannel. Not to be bisexual on main, but I love a flannel shirt. Fucking anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna, I'll see you guys later. We're gonna watch Shrek. Get your own copy of Shrek. Watch it, wherever you want to watch Shrek. I actually don't know what streaming service is on. It's on. I'll figure it out later. But we'll watch that tonight, and then tomorrow will be members. I'm gonna post the waiting room for members tonight, so keep an eye on the Patreon, and I'll probably tweet once I post it to the Patreon so that you guys don't miss it. But we have members tomorrow night. Might be chatting, might be gaming, might be, I don't know. Something. We'll be hanging out tomorrow night, though. Yeah. Now I'm imagining you in a giant oversized flannel and cocooning yourself. That is peak. Yes, I do love oversized shirts. I don't own any oversized flannel. I usually wear, like, nice-fitting flannel. But I like layers, so I will put a flannel shirt over, like, another shirt that I'm wearing. Usually, like, a dark, solid color shirt. And then I will put on a flannel that matches. I'm a girl that loves layers. Anyways. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, which will literally be in a few hours from now. Yunotsu! It's a short stream. It's not short. You were late. Anyways, Yunotsu. I'm gonna be rating the waiting room for Shrek. So, get hyped, I guess. Should we be hyped about Shrek? I guess we can be. But yeah, see you later. Bye-bye. Bye.